Hi guys, and welcome to All About the Philippines today. Great to have you all here. Appreciate you all stopping by to check out our latest video. So today we're going to talk a bit about security in the Philippines. Now, it's a topic that many people have covered, but I want to give you my experience around the robbery that happened to us in the Sea of Dreams resort in Cabot Union. So some of the things that, looking back in hindsight, that we could have done differently that may have avoided being robbed and lost and losing our money and some valuable. I hope that I hope this helps other people when they go to the Philippines or anywhere else really, that they do be a bit more careful, I guess, and a bit more aware. Those that don't know, there's check out the video up here. On the Sea of Dreams robbery. It'll give you a bit of an insight as to what happened. When we first got there in the Sea of Dreams, the owner met us there, and one of the owners, the lady owner, she met us there, and we did have a bit of a problem there initially, where they wanted to put us into a small room for 2 nights, which seriously wasn't much bigger than a storage room, and it just had one double bunk bed, single double bunk bed there. And this is for 3 of us to sleep in. And I wasn't happy about that. I said, no, we're not going to do that. Basically, they got a big booking come in, like a tourist booking from a tour group, and they wanted to shift us out of our room for 2 nights to accommodate the tourist group, because they were short on one room. And I said, no, we booked our room 6 months ago. I'm not going into a tiny little room. You either give us our money back or we stay in the room. Now eventually that got sorted out. A couple of hours later, she's come back to us and she was nice as anything. And said, oh no, it's okay, you stay there, and all this sort of stuff. And I said to my wife at the time, I said, that just seems a big turnaround so quick. You know what? It makes me feel a bit uneasy. I said, maybe we should be very careful when we're around here. I don't know what's going to happen. I just had the gut feeling that something wasn't right. And when I'm here in Australia, I always listen to my gut feelings. And I should have done the same when I was in the Philippines. So, first tip, listen to your gut feeling, always. If you don't think something's right, if you feel it in your gut, then probably something's not right. So the next thing is look closely around at what security guards they have there. So a lot of resorts in the Philippines have great security guards. They have security gated areas where people can only come in and go after being checked by security. This particular one that we were in had no real security, or no visible security. Apparently they had security guards. They weren't even in uniforms, they were just in plain clothes. They weren't visible, and they certainly weren't checking people as they came in and out the front gate. So that's a big thing to look at when you first get to a place. Check out what security guards they have and how they actually patrol, and if people are checked as they come in and out. So a big one that I've started doing ever since this happened to us is checking the locks on the doors. So when you go into a motel or hotel or resort room, always check what locks they got there. Are they secure locks? Are they easy to get into? The lock we had on our door, and I'll give you a look at it here. So you can see the door in our room here. It's this is the door where they broke into, and you can see they've used a credit card. The gap there is a huge gap. Those locks you wouldn't even put on a garage door, where I come from. They protect nothing. They don't keep anybody out. So you really want to look for a very secure lock on your door to make sure that people can't get in and out. And also check your windows, locks on the windows. If have a look when you get there if it's accessible to get in. Where we were, people all they had to do is go from one balcony over on the right hand side where we were, and climb onto the roof, and they could walk all the way in to the windows, and the locks on the windows were very shabby as well. They weren't very safe. Also easy to get in from that point of view. So always check every entry point. So windows, doors, make sure the locks on them are good, and so you feel comfortable about that. Always check if the room has a safe, so a room safe where you can put your passports, any valuables, and lock them away in there safely when you're not there. It's not possible to carry everything around with you all the time, all your goods and valuables all the time. and then you're open to get robbed when you're walking around anyway. So the best option is a room safe. Now, where we were at Seadreams, they had no room safe, so we had no option of really, where to put our stuff. We put it in we had our passports, money, and all that sort of stuff. When we weren't taking it with us, we'd put them in our suitcase, but we had it locked with the TSA locks, combination lock. But apparently they're very easy to get into as well. So, and we didn't really know that at the time. So that's something to be aware of. Lucky we didn't have our passports stolen on this occasion. They left them. They were just more after money and valuables. So when you do take your money with you and your passports and things, carry them securely. So a money belt is great for the money. You slip it, there's a belt that goes around your waist, it has a little pocket in it, you pop your money in it, and it goes underneath your clothes, so it's not visible. Of course, when you're out there and you need to get money, don't flash it around so people know where it is. You've still got to be secure. So what I generally would do is, I might take 1,000 or 2,000 pesos, put it in my pocket, and have the rest of the money in my money belt where it's not seen, so I'm not having to always go into it all the time. And if someone was to get 1,000 pesos out of my pocket, well, it's not, it's not a great deal. So I haven't lost a lot. So that's one thing that I was doing over there. And finally, the last thing is I wish I'd invested in a lock tote bag. Now I'll give you a little look at what the lock tote bag is there. It's basically a theft-proof bag, slash resistant. It comes with a lock on it, so you put all your valuables in there, and it becomes like a room safe, I guess. So if you're in a place in the Philippines, and many of these places don't have room safes, you can actually secure it to something big like the frame of a bed, something like that. So people are not going to carry a frame of a bed out of there just to get your belongings. So you can actually secure it there and lock it. And even if they try and get into it with a knife, they can't. If they try and cut the wire, they can't do it because it's got a special steel through it. The way it's designed is very, very secure for your valuables. So I wish I'd got that. I'm actually now a affiliate of that, so I'll put a link down below. If you're interested in having a look at it, you'll be pretty impressed by it, I'm sure. And maybe grab one of them before you go to the Philippines on your next trip. Or anywhere in the world for that matter, but it acts as your own personal little safe, and then you don't have to worry about having the resorts or hotels having room safes. Or if you're backpacking, great if you're backpacking too, because most of the backpack places you're not going to be able to have anywhere your personal effects, your valuables. So that's a great option. So check that out too, guys. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's a few things that I learnt from our recent trip to the Philippines. And security, you've always got to be aware of it. You can sort of get a bit comfortable once you've been in the Philippines a few days. You start to get a bit comfortable because there's no real, I don't see any real dangers there as long as you're being smart. It's like anywhere in the world. If you be smart, there's no real danger. People say, oh, the Philippines is dangerous here. People looking to rob you. Well, yeah, maybe they are, I don't know, but I've never experienced it. This is the first problem we've ever had in the Philippines. And, you always learn a few things from it, as we have, and I've passed that on to you guys, so hopefully you guys will take something away from the video. So, thanks very much, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to leave your comments below. Have you ever had any troubles in the Philippines? If you have, tell me about it. So don't forget to share the video around to anyone who might be traveling to the Philippines soon. And of course, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm sure you have. But if you haven't, subscribe. If you haven't got the notification bell on, turn that notification bell on so you get more videos as we release them every 2 days or so. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching today. I hope you're all doing well. Take care. Bye for now.